Hello guys, it's Toby Hollington here, the owner and founder of Smart Business Coaching. Just checking I'm live. Yes, it looks like I am live. That's great. So yeah, normally I record these and chuck them up on Facebook and send them out to my email list. But today I thought I'd jump on live and just do some training live with you guys. And obviously that will be available. And you might also be watching this in the replay on from my email on my website. So if you're not a member of our group, and you are on my email list, make sure you check it out. I will put a link below this email as well for that. Today's training I'm going to do on some key things you need to do to improve your conversion rate. So all my trainings come from a 21-step business growth guide that I have in place, which is this thing here. If you haven't got a copy of that, you can get a copy of that from my website. This does include the 21 steps that I use with my clients to help them become more successful in the business. Every single step is in there, and if you implement all these steps into your business, you will have a much more successful business. It really has got everything in there, and there's some really good stuff in there. Today, I'm going to focus on part of step number 9, which, if I can get this to zoom in, we can have a look at. So this one here, the wording for this is, okay, so I understand the 6 key profit levers and I have identified and implemented the strategies to improve my profits. So this is a huge step in a business. Profit is the reason you're in business. So you need to make sure you're maximizing that profit. And you do that by pulling these different levers. So today we're just going to focus on one of those levers, conversion rate. But the other levers here, and this is something I do when I work with my clients one-on-one, we've got this growth driver spreadsheet here, which includes everything you need to do to kind of grow your business, both from a profit point of view and a cash flow point of view. We're focusing on profit today, but it has got cash flow in here as well. There are some figures in here for an example business, which has got some kind of standard stuff on there that you do, like your margins, standard gross profit margin of around 30% and a standard net profit of 10%. Now, the key 6 profit levers we're talking about is improving your gross profit, reducing your fixed costs, increasing the number of leads you've got, improving your conversion rate, improving your average dollar sale, and improving the number of transactions a client or customer does with you on average over a year. Those are the 6 areas that you can focus on in your business to improve your profit. And here we're going to talk about conversion rates and improving your conversion rate. But first of all, I'll start off kind of explaining what conversion rate is and then why it's important to measure your conversion rate. Now, put simply, obviously conversion rate is the number of leads or number of potential customers that come to your business versus the number you sell to. So we're measuring the conversion rate for that. So if you get 10 leads in one day and you convert 2 of them, that's a 20% conversion rate. So that's simply what we're measuring. Now, some businesses have more than one conversion rate. So I worked with an emergency plumber and we had conversion rates that we were measuring from the phone call. So somebody would phone and we would see, okay, how many of those calls are converting into booked appointments for our plumbers to go out. Then also we'd have a conversion rate measuring then how many from those booked appointments turned into jobs. So how many of them were sold. So there's sometimes there's different conversion rates or different stages for each business, but that's what your conversion rate is. And the reason you want to measure this, well, the number one reason is this is to hold either you or your team accountable. Because if you're measuring, it often improves things by 10% just purely by measuring. Because suddenly everybody knows, including you, that, okay, I've got to measure, I'm being measured on this and I've got to show that I can make improvements here. And it makes you work a bit harder. Makes you do what's needed to improve the conversion rate naturally. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that with clients. I literally just got off a call then with a client who's a dentist, And one of the things I help them with is their sales process for treatment plans. So their treatment plans could be worth anything from $20,000 to $50,000. So they've got a clear conversion that we need to be focused on, a clear sales process we need to be focused on. So we measure, obviously, their conversion rate. So we've got a list of everybody we've done a treatment plan for, and then we measure that, or we record against that, which one's converted into patients. And then we have a clear conversion rate. And we actually measure that conversion rate by lead source as well. They're spending a lot of money on marketing, and by understanding where our conversions are coming from, we're able to either invest less or more in that marketing, and also, which we have done, go back to the marketing providers and gone, this isn't working like you said it was going to, and had costs reduced or had them change the plan. Now, last year they did over $3 million worth of treatments from those treatment plans. And we have a sales team who look after that, which are dental assistants. Dentists aren't known for selling, but we've turned them into salespeople. And part of the reason they've done that is because we are measuring it. And we then get together once a week and hold them accountable against their conversion rates. So they can see whether they're converting or not, and everybody knows, and then also they know that they're going to have a meeting and we're going to talk about it. So that's part of the biggest reasons why you measure this, because it has that accountability there. Obviously, it also helps us because we can see what's working and what's not. We can see whether we're able to make an improvement or not. So that's an important part of measuring your conversion rate as well. But often just a 10%, or often just by measuring your conversion rate, you can get a 10% increase in that conversion rate. So it goes from 20% to 22%. So that's a 2 percentage point increase in your conversion. But that equals, in this example here, 60 customers. So 60 paying customers. And at the bottom, that adds an extra $100,000 on your sales, just from that small improvement. So it's worth looking at. And I think I've got an example here from a quote register that I use with another client. So this client offers insurance premiums. And so these are the quotes that they measure. And this is a really useful tool. And you need something like this in your business, which will help you measure your results. So here, let's see if we can make that a little bit bigger for you. So here you can see that we're measuring, okay, how many quotes we did each month, how many of those quotes won. That gives us our conversion rate. And we can see we're tracking on quite a good conversion rate. And that wasn't the case before we started measuring this and before we started having weekly meetings to review how we're doing. We're also measuring the dollar amount, so we know dollars as a total of what we've converted, what the average value per premium in this case is, and then kind of where it came from and who it is. So we're measuring key stuff there. You need to be measuring in your business. This is the key here. And if I just go to show you, for example, what that looks like. So we set up each month. Each month here, it is a register of all the leads. So they put their details in and they register what they've got. And this is simply in Excel. And what it enables us to do with Excel's filtering is to be able to say, okay, let's have a look at what jobs are at what stage. I want to see everything that's not won. So quote presented. Let's have a look at all the ones that are quote presented stage. You can then go through that with your salesperson and go, okay, how are we tracking with that? Where's that going with that? And that enables you to hold them accountable, which enables you then to improve the results. So just that measuring alone can really help you do that. So it's a very powerful tool and a very useful way of doing it. Now, I got another client who's she does all the sales. So the owner of the business does all the sales, and she's an accountant. So she's an accountant. She said to me many times, Toby, I can't sell. And what's happened is over the time, we've now set up the process for her to be able to sell. One of the key things we did is obviously measuring. So we've got the same kind of lead register for her. So everything goes in there, and she's gone from someone who can't sell, who hated selling and thought she couldn't sell, to getting a conversion rate of 80%, which is fantastic. A lot of months she was at 100% conversion rate. She turned into a gun-ho salesperson, and her business is now growing because of that. Now, she hasn't become a salesperson per se. The key things we did with her was obviously start to measure what we're doing, but we also worked on her mindset. So a lot of people have a negative mindset from sales altogether. So she had that, and we worked on, okay, well, let's just treat these people as clients. She's very good at looking after clients. So that's what she did. She started to treat those people as clients before they became clients, and that helped to get over that mindset thing. The other key thing we did was we set up a sales process for her to follow, and we set up some marketing funnels for clients to go through. And then we measured, and then every time I talk to her, we go through that list and we go through, okay, what's this one at? Where's your conversion rate at? And those things combined has helped her go from zero to a gun-ho salesperson in no time. So if you do those things, that can really help. So measuring is the key strategy I want you to take away from this, to go away and start measuring your conversion rate. But if you want to add some more to that, I think the other two key things you could add that could really improve it is adding in a sales process. So having a process that you follow, and even scripts that you follow when you're talking to somebody of how you sell. Having that process can massively improve your results, and then also improving your marketing so that by the time people come and talk to you, they've already got a very clear idea of what you do, why you're different, and they've already positioned you as an expert. And nowadays, it's obviously changed. Most people do a lot of research before they start talking to somebody. So by the time you sit down with somebody, they've already done a lot of research. If you've controlled that research and helped them with useful information along that pathway, by the time they sit down with you, they've already got a good feeling about you. So that's already helped the sale. So you need to set that process up as well. I'll just show you quickly before I finish up. Here's a process from another client. So we've devised the process here from a sales and marketing point of view, and we've got the steps there. So here's the sales process. Each box represents a step in that process. Meeting point is here. So by the time that meeting point, by the time they sit down with that client, they've gone through, maybe not all of that, but a lot of that. And that's what you need to do in your business, because that by the time then they sit down with you, they're already very warmed up. But you need that process set up. And you need to be obviously measuring those results. But I think with those processes in there, there's no reason why you couldn't improve your conversion rate to, say, 30% improvement, which takes you from 20% to a 26% conversion rate. Which, when you look at that from a dollar point of view, suddenly we've added $300,000 to our sales at 30% margin. That's pretty good. Was that 900,000 or 90,000? Sorry, $90,000. If you just add it on by simply adding in those free strategies to your business and improving your conversion rate. And obviously, the idea is that what we're trying to do is improve each area. So if we did make it a minor improvement everywhere else, they all add and compound on top of one another. So if we make 10% improvement in leads, 10% improvement in your average dollar sale, 10% improvement in the number of times people do business with you over that year, suddenly now we're up $730,000. So you can see by making small changes in different places, you can really have an impact. If we did the same there as well with gross profit, so we improved gross profit by 10%, suddenly we've gone from 30 to 33% gross profit, and we managed to reduce fixed costs by 10%. That's another 20 grand. So it's 50 grand we've added there as well. So if you look at that from an overview point of view, now we've taken this business from $1 million a year to 1.7. Our gross profit's gone from 300 to 570, and our actual profit has gone up from 100 to 390. Now you might have some additional fixed costs on that and need to add some people on, but even if you added additional 100,000 on there for some team members to support that growth, you're still up. You still doubled your profit, more than doubled, 3 times your profit potentially. So this is why making incremental stages in your business can really add on and massively increase your profit. And that's what you want to be doing. But start with your conversion rate and start by measuring what your conversion rate is, and then add in the other bits as well. Now, if you want some help with this, if you're on Facebook, just click help below and we can start to have a chat. If you're on my website, then please reach out, book a call with me, and we can have a chat. There's usually a couple of ways I help people out. I can help them either with a block of hours where we can work on a specific project, like looking at your sales process and your conversions, or we can go into a coaching program where we can work on all the steps you need to implement in your business. But anyway, I hope you found that useful, and I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Cheers, guys.